I got to work on that and figure it out. I will, but not today, another time. What's up, family? How's everybody doing today? This is the day that the Lord has made. We're rejoicing and glad in it. And wow, it's late enough in the hour. It is late enough in the hour. So for those of you that are coming on, I want you to let me know where you're watching from today. What city you're watching me from. Maybe in a different state. What state you're watching me from. Maybe in a different country. What country you're watching me from. And while you're putting that in the comments, here's what I need you to do. I need you to tell Lolly Dolly everybody. Lolly Dolly everybody. That Prophet Ramon, the squad, and the Ramon Preston show. We are live in his house. Right here on this Friday in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta. We got a lot of things going on. I know I'm late. I only have about 20 minutes. I have a hard stop at 1 o'clock. Should be before 1. I'm pushing it even at 1 o'clock. But for those of you that are coming on, I really want to know. Do you have a desire? Do you have a desire to be a millionaire? Do you have dreams of becoming a millionaire? Like, y'all gonna hear me talking about this, I don't know for how much longer. Like, I'm gonna just keep having this conversation because I truly believe that if you're going to break out of whatever income class you're in, you're gonna have to start wrapping your mind around the idea of becoming a millionaire. And yesterday we talked about how to become a millionaire, and I really went deep in just the internal things that you have to make sense of. You got to reconcile. You got to really flesh those internal things out. I'm talking about how you were raised and your belief system and what mama and uncle and grandma them told you and what big brothers and sisters told you and people in the community told you, all of which probably didn't know a whole lot about becoming a millionaire, may have never experienced being a millionaire, and those who may have experienced some level of success. It doesn't necessarily mean they had all the right information. I'm not saying what I know is the only right information, but what I am saying is there's a reason why most people are considered to be in a income class that will never allow you to experience financial freedom. So I'm very interested to know. I'm not going to have a lot of time to talk about it. I may come back Monday and talk about breaking out of the income class cycle and really whatever the income class cycle that you're in. I really know that if it is not at least the upper middle class income class, the upper middle income class, I already know you're struggling. I already know it ain't working. I already know you might be doing everything you need to do to make it work, but we want to change that narrative. So I would love to know, those of you that are watching me, how many of you have had desires or dreams to be millionaires? And the next question is, do you believe you can be a millionaire? And if you believe you can be a millionaire, the next question is, do you have a way of becoming a millionaire? Do you have a certain system? Do you have a certain process? Do you have a certain strategy? Do you have a certain formula that you're using to actually become a millionaire? And I would love to know how it's actually working for you. What exactly are you doing? What is your system? What is your strategy? What is your formula? Maybe you have this proprietary system, strategy, process, or formula that you don't want to share with nobody, and that's cool. But I have a system. I have a strategy. I have a process. I have a formula that it has taken me a long time to come up with, and I have Only God knows how many things I've tried just within the last 18 years since my wife and I have been on this millionaire, get rich, get wealthy journey. You have no idea how many things I've tried in the last 18 years. Some people who know me may know how many things that I've tried, and many of them didn't work. But we do have a formula that works now. So I want to definitely make that formula available to you. I'm really not going to have a lot of time today to get into the details of how to break the income class cycle. So hopefully Monday I'll have more time to talk about it so that we can really get into the nuts and bolts, the tactics of what exactly you need to do to break that income class cycle. But I'm telling you, whatever income class cycle you're in, if it's not at least the upper middle income class cycle or the upper class income cycle or the rich or the wealthy income class, I'm telling you, it's just not going to work. It's like mathematically impossible. So just in case you missed yesterday's show, let me share a few things with you just to help you understand what I'm saying. Now again, listen to me on this. So I'm gonna put together my own mathematical equation of these income classes, because I think the ones that you Google and the ones that we hear on the news and all these financial platforms, I think they're off a little bit. And I understand why some of them are off. I understand that because they're not really connected to the real world. But here are some numbers that I want to give you so you can think about, since I only have a few minutes today. The first number is there are 7 out of 10 Americans that are considered to be middle class. So 7 out of 10 adults that live in America are probably just people, period, because adults represents kids. So there's a statistical, surveyed, polled number that shows 7 out of 10 Americans are considered middle class. Now, if let's say there's 325 million Americans, right? Well, that means about 200 and something million of those Americans would be considered middle class. All right, think about that. 200 and something million Americans would be considered middle class if that number holds true. I think that number is actually true because there are different subclasses within the middle class. Now, there are some studies and surveys that show, okay, 7 out of 10 Americans are middle class, which means there are 3 more Americans out of 10 left, right? 70%. If they're middle class, then what makes up the other 30%? Well, the truth is, only 1% of Americans make more than $400,000. Only 1% make $400,000 or more. So that means you still got 29%. Even if all 29% of the 30% of Americans remaining are all considered poor, right, in poverty, you still have 70% of Americans that are not considered poor, but they definitely not rich, right? They're not the 1%, they're not the 29% that's in poverty, but this makes up most of America. And this is where most of Americans are. Whether you work a job, whether you have a side hustle, whether you are a 1099, whether you're a small business owner, you make up most likely that 70%, unless you make $400,000 or more. Now, the poverty line, they consider that to be $32,000 a year or less. That's considered to be not necessarily poverty, but the poor income class. They would consider that the poor income class. All right, so that's $32,000 or less a year that you bring in. So my point in bringing this up, and I'll have to expound more on it because I broke my whiteboard yesterday. I don't have my whiteboard to give you this information so you can see it. So I'm just kind of going off of what I have in front of me. Say what? But here's what I want you to understand. Here's what I want you to understand. If the poor income class is considered to be $32,000 a year or less. And that may be somewhere between 20 to 29, worst case scenario, 20 to 29% of Americans are considered poor class. They make $32,000 a year or less. Then you have the middle class, which makes up the lower middle, the middle of the middle, and the upper middle. They make anywhere from $32,000 a year all the way up to $400,000 a year. So you have the lower middle class that makes between $32,000 and $53,000, or 60, give or take a couple. You have the middle class, middle of the middle, that makes between 60 and 110, or 53 and 103. And then you have the upper middle class that makes between 110 and 400,000. And so that is considered the three subclasses in the middle income class. And then you have what we call the upper class. That would be $400,000, maybe up to $1 million. That would more accurately be considered the upper class, because that's the 1%. 1% of Americans make $400,000 or more. So if you're making between $400,000 and $1 million a year, then that means you're considered to be upper class. And then you have rich. Rich is not necessarily 1 million, but let's just say for the purpose of this conversation, anything over $1 million, at least you're a millionaire. And so we want to set a new cycle in motion to create millionaires. So I've been blessed to create 2 of them, and my hope and expectation is that within the next year, throughout 2022, that I can make, or at least help make, many more millionaires. And I know it's possible. That's why I put it in this millionaire blueprint. I mean, I'm not just calling this a millionaire blueprint to get somebody's attention or to talk people into purchasing something that ain't gonna work for them. Because truth is, I don't care if I gave you, Fort Knox gold, it's only gonna work if you work it, number one. But if you have a poor income class or middle income class mindset that you're unwilling to change, most likely whatever systems, whatever solutions, whatever processes, whatever strategies, whatever formulas you receive, they're still not going to work. And so in this millionaire blueprint, I have a lot of training courses, I have a lot of tutorial videos, I have a lot of documents, I have a lot of forms, but they're all a part of this business and financial wealth building system. This is my personal playbook that I have used to get to where I am, and that would be considered a millionaire. And guess what? There's no cap about it. I got receipts to prove it. And as I was telling one of my team members yesterday, probably worth more than that, especially if you look across all of the assets and the ownership interests and the intellectual property and all of the businesses and investments that my wife and I have. But this ain't about me trying to front and flaunt and showboat. It's about you understanding that if you are not at least making 6 figures a year, that means if you're not at least trying to move into the middle of the middle class, where you're moving towards, which is really it should be the upper middle class. That should be your target. If you had to start with a target, I would say your target should be, your first target should be, it should be $1 million, right? You should just say, I want to be a millionaire. And the truth is, if you start with this target, at least if you land at $100,000 or $200,000 or $300,000 a year, well, that's a good failure to have. So I don't have a whole lot of time. I have a hard 1 o'clock. I wasn't even gonna come on the live today because we had so much going on and I was running into the office last minute before I run back out to my appointment. But for those of you who really have dreams and desires to be millionaires and you have never really had the opportunity, or maybe you've never given yourself the opportunity to learn specific formulas, to learn specific systems and processes and strategies that could actually almost like guarantee a projected trajectory that you can become a millionaire, I want you to text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. 404-478-7213. Again, text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. Like most of the time you see me and hear me on social media, at least as we prepare for 2022, you're going to hear me saying this and talking about it because I have a goal to get as many people on this millionaire blueprint as I possibly can, because I already know once you start learning this information and using this information as formulas and systems and processes because you want to be a millionaire, you're going to start saying, I don't just want to be a millionaire, I'm going to be a millionaire. Now, what are some things that you're going to learn? Well, let me just share a little bit with you for the next few minutes I have. In this millionaire blueprint, I have training videos that are interactive. I have tutorials that are interactive. I have hundreds of those, and I have documents and forms to complement it to teach you on how to start and structure a holding company, how to create divisions and subsidiaries, how to file and form your paperwork. Even though you may even have a LLC or a business, you may not have it structured as a holding company. And let's just say you paid somebody to start a holding company for you. You may not know how to run it. You may not know how to utilize it in order to help you become a millionaire and get wealthy. I teach you that in our blueprint, in this millionaire blueprint. Okay. I also teach you about financial literacy. We have training videos that are interactive and tutorials to show you how to operate your business accounting through QuickBooks. We teach you the fundamentals of business accounting, like how to create a financial plan, how to track your income and expenses. We teach you the fundamentals of banking, risk management, investing, retirement. We teach you about assets, liabilities, net worth. We teach you creative cash flow strategies, things that you can do that can literally increase your income by 30% within 30 days. We teach you how to minimize your tax liability, meaning that if you are a W-2 employee, we show you how to connect that to a LLC so that you can minimize your taxes, maximize your deductions. All of these financial systems we teach you. We teach you creative tax strategies. We show you strategies that you can use to lower your tax liability and really maximize your profitability. There are ways that you can do that. So if you have the holding company and you understand the concept and you have creative tax strategies and you understand the fundamentals of business accounting, just those two systems and processes alone will explode your income and your opportunities to become a millionaire. We also have interactive training videos on sales. We show you how to create a sales process. We give you a 5-step sales process. We give you a script so that you can start role playing and learning how to sell your products and services, how to make cold calls, how to take calls when people are calling you. We show you how to create marketing campaigns, how to market yourself, how to position yourself in the market. We teach you about what we call our SMS matrix. It's the structure for the S, the marketing for the M, the S for the sales. We show you how to create this matrix with your business so that you can position yourself in the market right, so that you can become a brand, and so that you can really create like this big funnel and this pipeline for your business. We show you how to actually do that. We also have training videos to teach you how to take ideas and convert them into products and services, how to price those products and services. This information is game changing because you're going to need all of this if you're going to become a millionaire. I guarantee you're going to need it. Now, again, you can like hang on the dream of, oh, okay, I'm going to create like one drop shipping online store, or I'm going to become an affiliate marketer, or I'm going to become a network marketer, or I'm going to get this great idea and I'm going to scale it to 20 million or valuations to 10 billion. Maybe that will happen. But what if none of that happens? Well, if none of that happens, you need something that is a little more secure, that is a little more guaranteed. Because I always prayed and hoped, man, I just hope I get a break. I hope I get a video that go viral. I hope I just make it like I become the next best thing since sliced bread. Well, guess what? It didn't happen for me like that. I had to figure this stuff out, okay? And you're gonna have to figure this stuff out as well. We also have interactive training videos on goal setting, how to set goals, how to set long-term, mid-term, short-term goals, how to connect those goals to your daily schedule, and how to build out each day with certain action steps so that you can actually see progress. Every day. We talk about every day. We teach you that. We teach you things on research and development, on financial literacy, on economics. We also have an entire real estate investing training program in here. You know why? Because when you start getting money and making money and managing that money and holding it, you're going to look for vehicles to put that money in to multiply it. And so we show you how to use real estate as the ideal investment. IDEAL. I for income, D for depreciation, E for equity, A for appreciation, and L for leverage. All this is in the Millionaire Blueprint. So if you're interested in it, I want you to text the word millionaire to 404-478-7213. I wish I had more time. I do not have more time. I have to go, but I am excited. I'm so excited about what we're doing for 2022 and all the amazing programs that we are currently introducing. If you need more information about all of our programs, whether it's our coaching, consulting, our training, our licensing, our certifications, our mentoring, all you have to do is go to RamonPreston.com, RamonPreston.com. Go to RamonPreston.com. I love y'all. I want y'all to have an amazing weekend. And I don't know, maybe I'll come back Monday and I'll have a deeper, more thorough discussion on breaking the income class cycle so that you can become the next blueprint millionaire.